What is happening, everybody? How's things going with y'all? Sorry for the delay and the off day for live stream, but I had too much stuff going on. Got too many things happening. Too few things I've been able to do that I wanted to get done, so had to move it to today. I still haven't gotten this thing done yet, but I got to send a big shout out to Mr. Spencer Keith for getting me these, because now I can get my F-15 performing how I want it to once I get a chance to rip those old two big nozzles off and put on the nozzles from the F-15. But anyway, not enough time to do what I want to do, so had to postpone some stuff, move some things around. But hello to everybody that's here. Thanks for y'all for being here. We're going to do a very cool unboxing today. That's something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. Haven't had any avenues to get it until just recently, and the prices have gotten better, so it worked out. So we'll get to see that here in a minute. But in the meantime, let's go back and take a look at everybody that's been here already. So I got to give my shout outs to the peoples that have been here early. Looks like one of the first people to show up was Mr. Duck Sauce FPV. So what's up with you, my friend? He is a member as well. Mr. Wiggle Fingers RC is there as well. Mr. Pete Lane, what's up? Mr. Jack 78, you're there. Mr. Jeff in Lower Alabama. Who else? Keith Christie's here. Jeff in Lower Alabama. I don't think we have a whole lot of people. Let me see what was on the other. Because I think we had more people chatting than that, right? Oh, maybe not a whole lot, but there's a few people. But thanks to you guys for being here, and thanks for the members that are here. And I never really talk about all that stuff much anymore because it seems like a broken record. But take a look in the description because I've got my website there, the info for how to become a member, and also the info for merchandise, etc. So take a look down there, figure out a way you can support the channel if you want to. Get on in there and do that. But let's go back down and see who else is here. So Mr. Looking Up is there as well, as is Mr. Lionel Randall. What's up, guys? So let's see. So Mr. Duck Sauce is saying something. He says, I'm mad at wife right now. She bought a Corsair for Christmas. I didn't know, but I saw a blue tape box on my porch. She won't let me open it. Well, Christmas is closer than you think, so just wait a little bit. So, so it looks like Ryan must still be going, Jeff in Lower Alabama. I didn't know if he was still going to be on or not, but I've got stuff to show. If it wasn't for that, I actually would have been out at the field, but the field is not flyable for the day because of rain and wind. So anyway, so that's the shout outs for the day because not a whole lot of people here, and that's fine. As long as there's people here, that's all that matters. And there are some people here. It's showing 16 right now. So don't forget to hit that like button, y'all. So as you could see on the picture for the screen, I ordered a P-51. I crashed my trusty P-51 that I put together in 2017. I had an FMS 1450 millimeter, the Snoot Sniper that I ended up modifying to look like the Red Tail by request. And I had that for a few years. There were some things I should have done to it to make it better, which was actually clipping the wire for the BEC on the ESC and just using the BEC so that they wouldn't be fighting each other. And I made the mistake of not changing them and just going with it since it worked. And I went and flew the plane at someplace I hadn't flown it before. And next thing you know, it's doing a death spiral into the ground because the BEC circuit burned everything out. So I'm down to P-51. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't just want any P-51. I want a P-51 that's cool that nobody has. So they'd been out of stock for a while. Nobody had it. They started coming back in stock again. So I decided to get it. And it is the FMS P-51, which is similar to the Eflite. Similar to the Eflite P-51, but it's a different color. Looks better. It doesn't have the Eflite hardware. It's got better hardware because for some reason Eflite likes putting cheapy things, cheapy servos, and cheapy other stuff, but they want to make it seem like it's different by saying it's smarter other stuff, but then they put the cheapy servos, etc. So anyway, this is the FMS. I'm trying to look it up right now. Let's see if there's a way that I can look it up and show you guys what it is. I'll put the link in there so you can see, but it's the FMS version of the plane. So it is 1450, has all the same specs that the where it is. Has all the same specs that the E-Flight does. It's just different color and some better servos. But copy this and put it in there. see if I can get it to work. There we go. Okay, so I'll put the link here so you can see where it is that I got it. And if you guys decide that you want one, you can get one. And it looks like they've got the new FMS F86 for sale there as well. I'll get back to the chat in a minute. I'm looking at other stuff. I'm looking at another screen. That's why I'm stumbling and fumbling on what it is that I'm talking about. But I'm trying to get the link together so you guys can see what I'm talking about. There it is. And I finally got it. So I had it shipped all the way from across the pond, and thankfully it was showed up pretty quick. I got it in about 6 days after it shipped. Total of about 8 days, eight or 9 days from point of ordering to showing up at my door. And it showed up yesterday. Yeah, showed up yesterday. And I didn't open it. Just left it alone. Surveyed it. There's. I'll show you guys everything that I got, and take a look there in the description. That shows you what it is that I got. I see a few other people are here. Tim Jusins, what's up? I see you. And Mr. Looking Up. Yeah, and you know, it wasn't a bad plane. I just didn't like the scheme that they chose. That's the main thing. It flew great. It's 6S, which I like because I have a whole bunch of old 6S packs that are going to work great in Warbirds. So, yeah, it's a different plane. It looks different. The only thing that I think it shares with the Eflite is the yellow nose and yellow prop spinner, yellow spinner. But besides that, take a look at the link that I just posted in the chat there. You'll see what it is that I'm talking about. But it's a good looking plane. It looks similar to the what are they? The Ferocious Frankie. It kind of looks like that, but it's not quite. And the funny thing is, this plane was sold in the world market, but it looks like my buddy John Barnes took the pictures, and John Barnes is from Sonoma County. So, because you can see the Sonoma County in the background on those pictures, I know the area pretty well. But yeah, so it was never sold here. I think that could be changing. I'm not totally sure, but I think that could be changing, and it would be great to see that plane here because the one from Eflite, you know, it's great to have options, guys. That's just the main thing, having options. So, what's up, John VHRC? I see you. Craig Bevan. Yeah, it was kind of a joke and kind of a jab, but I can't find the F-104 anymore. Nobody has them other than some places overseas. So if you feel like maybe giving up one, I'm willing to pay for it, but talk about that another time if you want. But I have to put my F-104 back together. So, and I'm going to, and then I'm debating on whether to paint it or just leave it as it is and just fly the heck out of it because I've had it since 2016. So, so yeah. But anyway, so I don't want to take forever, but again, just another quick shout out to Spencer Keith for getting these to me. Those of you that know the F-15 know that it's got those famous turkey feather exhaust nozzles, and the new F-15, which is the EX, and then the ones that they've been selling, exporting to Saudi Arabia and such, have the new F-110 engine, which has nozzles that look like this. And what do you know? These nozzles are actually a better FSA for the fan. So I'm going to be removing the old nozzles, putting the new nozzles. I might just fly it that way first and see what happens. And then after that, I'm going to upgrade that ESC so that I can put 7S, because the 7S works amazing with my F-22. So it would probably work wonders on this old beast. But I'm positive that just changing the nozzles alone will do it. But yeah. So anyway. So that is that for now. So let's just get into this unboxing. Like I said, I haven't even taken the packaging or anything off. It's been it just came as it is. So I haven't touched it. I looked at it. I'll show you guys everything that I saw as I looked at it, and then we will go through it. So let me set up my other camera, and we will have to find my headphones. I don't know what I did with my other headphones. We'll figure that part out. But let me set up the other camera, and then we'll get going on the unbox. Okay, so I'm getting started here. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I've got my tablet here that I've got to get um, set up for the chat. But let me know if y'all can hear. And as I said, this thing is still in the packaging. Those of you that order from RC Castle will recognize the black plastic. So wait a minute, Kenny's showing too? Kenny, what the hell? When is Kenny not on? My goodness. Anyway, so I've got the chat going here, and I think I turned the music off, right? But like I said, I didn't open anything. Everything's still as it was. Check out what's going on in the chat before I get started. Tim Justin's, I have the FMS 1850 kV 6S setup in the F-22. It's 6S, but I'm actually running it on 7S, and it's working really good. So, works great on 6S, but even better on 7. So, anyway, let's get started with the unboxage. As you can see, it just came this way. So let's go through and survey and see how it shipped, because it says it came all the way from over in Hong Kong. But, so for the most part, I am seeing a couple dents and dings. There's one dent right here. Thankfully, I don't see any damage inside. There's another dent here. Doesn't look like there's any damage there. But it came a long ways. For the most part, it looks to be okay. Those might have been the only major dings. There's a little rip in the tape here, so let's just get started there. Let's take a good look at the box. So it is just, sorry for the shaking, just a little bit crunched here on the end. And I hope that didn't affect anything in it. But there's a little crunchus muncha. So, can you guys hear me okay? I don't know. I don't know if I remember to ask you. Shipping was expensive, but once you added in shipping and the fact that it was in stock, it only came out to about $27 more than what it would have been through Horizon Hobby. But at the time I was looking, Horizon didn't even have a plane. So not having the plane as opposed to having the plane, I'd rather spend the money to get a plane that I can get instead of put money into something that's back ordered and not know if it's even going to show. So yeah. So I went ahead and ordered from these guys because number one, this is a scheme that nobody has. I don't know if many people here. I'm sorry. I don't know if many people here in the U.S. that actually have this. Now, the guy that took the pictures of this plane is somebody that I know. His name's John Barnes. He's done a lot of work with FMS, with their marketing and such. So he's actually the guy who took the pictures. I recognize the area because, like I said, it's from Santa Rosa, which is where I used to work and nearby where I used to live. Sonoma County, wine country. But they did a decent job packing. I just wish they would have put an extra layer. One more layer would have been good because it could have protected from potential damage. But so these pictures are from the area that I used to work. So anyway, as far as I know, this is only available in some places. And the U.S. is normally not one of them. There we go. So this is the plane here. This is what we're going to be opening up. And as you can see, it's set up exactly the same as the Eflite, just better colors. So let's see. Scott, Charity, if you're still on here, I can't check Messenger right now, but I'll check it later. Because I'm using the phone. So again, this is Sonoma County in the background. So this is John Barnes who did this. Really good job. He does a really good job with pictures. But I like this scheme, the Never Miss scheme. All in a different language, which tells you, guess what? It's not available here. So anyway, there's the specs. 1500 millimeter wingspan, 1300 millimeter length, all up weight of 2700. Same motor and specs that the Eflite comes with, 4258, 460 kV. 80 amp ESC. The ESCs that they use are Hobby Wing, but they're badged different. 17 gram servos, 9 gram servos, and 4 of the 17 grams, 2 of the 9 grams, and then 1 of the 9 grams. So there's a few of them. Shows you the CG, the blades, what size battery to use, all of that. So cool plane. Let's tear into it. Like I said, there's a little bit of damage right here. So I'm hoping that didn't really affect anything, but you never know. So sorry for the banging on the cam, but that's all it is for now. Okay, that's a prop right there. So hoping that they just got the edges. That doesn't look like they dinged the prop. I mean the motor shaft. But let's get this open on both ends. Slide it out. I'm hoping it's in good shape because that was a long way for it to travel for it to be messed up. There we go. So set the box aside and let's dive into it. So as I said, there's a little bit of damage to the box. Maybe just a tad. tad bit of damage to the, hopefully not, wingtip here. No, we're good. All right, all good. Maybe just a little bit of a small dent right here in the wingtip, but barely noticeable. What I like about this is that this one's mostly painted. There's a little bare foam there, which I dislike, but it is what it is. Set that there. So it's good to see that that dent really didn't do much of any damage. So now we're going to get to the center section of the wing, and this is where the hole was. So thankfully, it looks like everything is in good shape. Don't see any damage. I see some where they painted over paint. I don't know why, but you can see right there where it's paint over something else. But this is the center section of the wing, so you're going to see the servos for the retracts, the flap servos, all of that stuff. Looks pretty good. I don't see any issues so far. Set that down here. Set that like that on top of there. So let's cut through to the other part. This is a box that's in several pieces. So I'm going to make sure to hold on to everything so I can put it back. But so let's get that one section off. Okay. So there's the plane itself. Okay, so let's flip this around. Let's see if there's anything on the bottom. Nope, nothing on the bottom. But there it is. This is the plane. Looking pretty good. It's a different scheme. Like I said, it's the different scheme. This is the never miss scheme. I don't know if this is a real plane or not, but I like this scheme over. I think it is a real scheme. I prefer this one over the Eflite. I just never really cared for the Eflite version. There's just nothing really appealing about it. It's not a real, I mean, it's a real plane, but it's a fictional scheme. So I like planes that actually have a real scheme to go along with it. So let's see here. We've got the spinner right there, and it's yellow. So I think that's the same color as the Eflite. Sorry for the bumps. We've got the external fuel tank on one end. I think you guys saw my cat walk past. And another external tank right there. I don't plan on flying with those, but it is nice to have them for static display. So here's the props. Prop blades with the little Hamilton standard stickers. Then the vertical stabilizer, the horizontal stabilizer. The paint is pretty good on this thing. And look, the plane, it's in good shape. So one of the things you always do when you get a new plane is work the hinges a little bit. So there's that. Ball link, which is nice. Set that aside. Then we've got the actual, well, the manual. I don't know how much of this I can actually read, but we'll see. I don't know how many languages it's in. There's the reflex menu too, the reflex manual. But that's the manual. We'll figure that out later. I'll deal with that another time. Most likely the Eflite will give me what I need to know. Here's the hardware. It's just everything screws together. All the bolts, screws, nuts, all that for the prop and for the plane. And then we have the actual fuse. So let's pull this out and look. Let me take a look at the chat real quick, see what you guys are talking about, if anybody's talking at all. So what's up, Boss 223? All these other people that came in afterwards. Thanks for being here, guys. Trying to take a look. So Jeff in Lower Alabama, shipping was expensive, like I said, but it only came out to everything total came out to about $29 more than what it would cost for a plane that you can't order. So it wasn't too bad. Like I said, I wanted it. So we saw one side of the fuse. This is the other side. It's in good shape. And they have the older bubble style. So this is what showed up after World War II. The little hump in the back. The ones when they were in wartime, they didn't have this little hump. They have these set up for the ones to fit people in the back if you want to. I think that came after the war, and I think that's probably just because of the one that they used. They modeled after for Eflite. There's the retract for the tail wheel, retractable tail wheel. I like the things that plug in right there on the wing. And there's the nose. So yeah, everything looks good, and I have a spare motor too, if this is going to give me problems. Feels like it's all right. So we'll set that there. There's my kitty walking in the background. What are you doing, Izzy? And then there's the last wing panel. So there's not many parts to this. The cool thing is these just snap in. So you can snap those into the wing. And there's a little pitot tube there that's already there. This is a good looking plane, and I like the way that you can transport it with snapping these off. So so it looks pretty good. Doesn't look like it's going to be hard to put together at all. Should be fairly easy. I'm not going to do it here on cam. Let's get this thing open. Let's open this up. Now it has a reflex in there, and I'm not going to use the reflex. The reflex is going to come out. So let's take a look inside. Looks good. The reflex is there. It has XT90, which is fine for me. I'll spread out those plugs a little bit and just use the EC5. So like I said, I'm taking the reflex out. It is not going to stay. But it's got the battery tray, which is cool. So it just looks pretty good. Sequencer for the gears in there. And I'm going to add some of my Gooniac stacks to it, possibly even some of the machine guns. But it just depends on how I can get that to work with the plug-in wings. But yeah, so that's it. I'm not going to do a whole lot more, but at least wanted to give you guys a look into what the plane looks like, because it's different. It's different than the E-flite. Different color. I prefer this color quite a bit, and I just like it better. So we'll get that going. So yeah, there's plenty of room in there for some Gooniac stacks when I decide to do it. I think I already have some made, but it's not hard to do it. I could just put them on in there if I wanted to. So anyway, that's it, y'all. Good looking plane, and it actually came in fairly good shape. So all that way from Hong Kong or Taiwan, wherever it was, I don't know where it was, and it's in good shape. So I've got a lot of time off next week, so I plan on doing lots of RC stuff. And for those of you watching, know that I do afterburners. I'm actually going to be putting together a sale for this year because it's been years, and I hate calling it Black Friday, but I'm going to make it a customer appreciation / Black Friday sale. So I'll be putting that out here pretty soon, but let's take a look at this manual real quick. see what I can see in there. It's all in a Chinese right now. So, but everything looks pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I could just pull back pictures if I wanted to. Now, one thing I wanted to mention too is that with most of these Warbirds, they tend to tell you, let me see if I can find a CG in here. One of the things that most people don't realize is with most of these planes, they give you a CG, they tell you where the CG is, but they actually are giving you a range. So with most of these Warbirds, I don't even really pay much attention to the manuals when it comes to these. But look, they actually got this one right. So I always say that whenever you have any kind of a World War II Warbird, you want the CG to be more towards the leading edge of the wing. And that's kind of what they say here too. So they have a range, 115 to 125. So I won't make it the CG at the end. I'll make it somewhere in the middle. And that always makes the plane fly a little better for what I like. So they actually got it right. Normally they say way too far back, and then it makes the plane fly wonky. It makes it fly too light. I like for them to fly a little heavier. And by having it more towards the nose, you can do that. So then these are telling you where to put decals and such. If you want to put decals on, I'm just pretty much going to leave it as it is. I'll put the Hamilton standard. So yeah, this is all in Chinese, but I'll figure out ways to make it work. So anyway, that's it. This is a programmer for the reflex, but like I said, I'm not going to use the reflex. So that's going to come out. But I'm looking forward to it. This should be fun. Not very much to do to put it together. Just little tedious things. And look, this is even blue. See how this is blue like the one that's Eflite? That's hilarious. So it's blue when they painted it. But anyway, so I'll get this thing together in the next couple days, and then maybe I'll do a show showing what I've done to it after. So that is it for this. We're going to move on to the other camera here in a second. So that's that. Hope it wasn't too boring, but looks pretty good. I'm impressed with the way it showed up in good shape. No issues there. But yeah, this is if there are any questions that I missed, let me take a look and see here. So yeah, John VHRC, I know that the one that Horizon did was after a full-scale bird, but it's not an actual scheme from a warplane. I think it's a private scheme. This one has an N number on it too, so I think it's from one that's here. But I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's a plane that was actually used in war. Oh. Yeah. But anyway, so let's go back and check out the chat here. And yeah, you're right. And I don't know if it's about being biased, whatever, but call it what you want. FMS did pretty good. And like I say, they actually use better hardware. So I haven't looked at the ESC because I know that they use a smart ESC in the Eflite version. But the ESCs that FMS use are actually really good. They have their own brand name on them, but they're actually hobby wings. So yeah. And I don't think I'll even need to use the hot water because it looked like it's pretty good. Um, but cool. So yeah, no, it's a good plane. I like it. Yes, it is 6S. It's they say 6S 5000 on the plane. I have a ton of those. I have some 6000s as well. So I plan on using some older HRBs. Let's see what else. Does the canopy slide back? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Or I'll have to again. But I don't think it does. I don't know if the Eflite did either. I can't remember. According to these pictures, I don't see anything sliding back. No, it's not. It doesn't slide back. But anyway, so yeah, Boss 223, it is similar to the Eflite. And like I said, on the little package of stuff, you can see the blue from where they paint theirs a different color, and the Eflite's actually blue. So this depends. And for the most part, the Eflite is an FMS plane. They just changed some of the things. Like I said, they usually put cheaper servos in. And yeah, Brian Chambers, you're right. That's what I like. That's why I wanted it, because I wanted to be a plane that you don't see every day. P-51, everybody sees P-51s, but seeing a different scheme, that's cool. I always wanted it because I knew it came out at the same time the E-Flight did, but there's no way to get it. And then now Porcupine RC has it, and I think I posted the link for you guys to see it. I'll post it again. And again, it does cost money, a little bit more than what it cost at Horizon Hobby, and I need to look up Horizon Hobby to see. But what I remember right is it's about $29 more. And I don't, when you factor in what I would have had to pay tax, so it actually came out to be less. So let me go to Horizon Hobby and look, because if you would have had to factor in tax, it would have been even more. So I'm thinking that I actually got a better deal by getting it the way that I did. Type scale military, so let's go look and see. I don't think, and like I said, it wasn't in stock, so even if I did want it from there. Okay, so the only difference is the nose is the same color, but the paint is in different spots. So the E-Flight is blue, and this one is like a brown olive drab color. So $549.99. Let's just, so I'm gonna do is I'm take a view. I'm gonna view it. I'm gonna put it in my cart and see what it costs for tax. Then we can have an idea. That's the cost. Okay, so I got that. Curious to see. Okay, so add it to the cart. Because they say $549.99. So yeah. Yeah. So I ended up coming out way less. If I were to have ordered it through, it came out cheaper. If I were to have ordered this plane from if I were to have ordered this plane from Horizon Hobby, it would have cost me more. So I actually saved money by ordering it the way that I did. So that's something to think about. If you guys want a P-51 and you want a P-51 like this, you might want to order it Porcupine, because it's going to be a whole lot less. For me anyway, because I have tax I got to pay, and for whatever state you're in, you usually got to pay tax. So if you don't want to pay tax, and even after paying the shipping cost, it don't matter. Don't matter at all. So wiggle fingers, the FMS setup is exactly the same as the setup as the P-51 from Eflite. So let's see. So everything is exactly the same for the most part. Let me look at the servos. Parts, replacement parts. So they call their motor a Spectrum, but this is the exact same motor, 4258, 460 kV, same motor. Okay, so here's the differences. And this is what I was saying. Some of them are digital Metal Gear, some of them are not. So again, look at what the FMS has for servos. 17 gram. Oh, there's analog, and then there's, so it's a Predator 80 amp ESC, 4258 Predator motor. Have a combination of analog and digital Metal Gear, 17 gram, 13 gram, and 9 gram. These are 17 gram, 13 gram, and 9 gram. So basically, they're the same for the most part. But what ESC does this have? I think this has a 100 amp smart ESC. But I actually trust the Hobby Wings more, even though the Smart ESC is a Hobby Wing. The Smart ESCs have a bad habit of overheating. So, see what else. And they have the sequencer. Everything looks pretty much the same. Just that the graphics are different, and the paint is different. That's it. Yeah. So for the most part, everything's the same. Digital Metal Gear. Now the biggest difference is, like I said, you can't get this plane here. So by ordering it somewhere else, you're actually saving money compared to what you'd be. You won't get the smart ESC or the AS3X receiver, but I mean, really not that big of a deal to me. Lionel Randall, see what to play. Okay, so let me actually, I think Porcupine RC has that plane, Lionel. So let us select it. Yeah, Porcupine RC is legit, guys. I paid through PayPal. I always pay through PayPal, because if you have any issues, PayPal will take care of you. So here is the link to the FA6 for Mr. Lionel Randall. I don't know what it's going to be here in the US, because I know that Fair RC and FMS should be selling it here shortly. I think they just debuted it. I don't know. Actually, I'm going to look right now, because they were supposed to have done a live stream and then debut their stuff. So let's see. Oops. They have little mini FPV cars. What the heck? Okay, that's kind of cool. FMS has these little miniature FPV cars. I did not know they had those. That's pretty cool. So let's go to Friday sale. Got planes on sale, so everything starts. Flash sale and a 3-minute flash sale in another day, which is kind of crazy how they're doing that. But Let's see. I'm trying to look and see what they have for the planes. So let's go look at the plane. RC airplanes, jets. I don't know if they've even put it on their site yet. Oh wow. So let's see. They had. I don't see it on their site yet. Try Fair RC. And Fair RC. That's why and sometimes it's good to compare the prices between Fair and FMS, because Fair sells the same stuff that FMS does, but sometimes they have different prices. So let's airplanes by type. We're going to do EDF jet. Let's see. So yeah, so Fair RC actually has better prices. So if you guys didn't know that, Fair RC has the 15th anniversary FMS 70mm Viper for $269.99. They have the 80mm Hawk on sale for $409.99. Now, one of the biggest deals right now is the 70mm A10. They have that one for $60 off at $589.99. So take a look. And then on top of that, they've got some. They carry the aeroplanes now. So I don't know if you guys knew that, but Fair RC is now carrying some of the Aerobirds. So how did you find it, Lionel? I was looking for it, and I could not find it. I was looking. I looked everywhere, and I'm looking still on their site now. Maybe you're in another. Are you in the U.S. or in another country right now, Lionel? Because I can't see it here. Oh, okay. So it's not ready. It's not ready for sale yet. They've got it for $999 billion. But they don't have a price there. Product becoming available in 4 days. Okay. So it says 4 days they're going to be available for sale. So I don't know if Fair RC is going to have them too, or if it's just going to be FMS themselves. But as I said, Porcupine has it. They're selling it for, after shipping, it would be well over $500 to get it shipped here. It might be best just to wait. I'll wait. And I've been wanting an F-86 for a long time, so definitely worth the wait. But I'm digging these little Aerobirds that they've got. They're selling at Fair RC now. So they sell the same things that they did at Hobby Zone. Now I have rewards built up in both places. So the plane that I'd really wanted to get was a little 50mm Avanti. Yeah, all these planes are cool. All these different options. I'm just loving all these different options right now. So anyway, all right. Well, let's see. All right, cool. Well, looks like they've got the 1400mm Red Tails back in stock, which is good. Only problem with that plane is it's old stock. Such an old plane. Old design. That's why I wanted to get the new one, because it's a new plane. Oh wait, there's another page. Yeah, so you guys got to check out Fair RC. They've got the Aeros 64mm F86. They've got the Aeros Marlin, the Aeros T33, the 50mm T33, the 64mm MiG-29. What they got in the way of Warbirds? I don't remember if they had any Aeros birds in here. No, they don't have the Aeros birds there, but take a look. They got a lot of cool stuff. Lots of cool stuff. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I saw the Banana Hobby L39. I'm like the fact that there are a few different schemes. I don't like the fact that they're pre-sales, but they look good. They do look good. What else? I just sold my Yak 11. I had a brand new in-box Hobby King Avios Yak 11 that I just don't have time to mess with, so I sold it to a fellow clubmate. Very happy to get it, and I'm very happy he did get it. So, Duck Sauce, you've got a pretty cool situation going on over there. Anyway, guys, it's almost 8:30. We've been going for how long? A little over an hour. Don't want to go on forever. So the plane that I had was a 1400 millimeter, the Hobby King version, the Hobby King Yak. And yeah, John VHRC was an awesome plane. I just didn't have. I know Nate put his together and flew it. I just didn't have the time. I want to do it right, and if I don't feel like I've got the brain to do it right, I'm not going to mess with it. So I just sold it. Got my brain on this thing, trying to get this thing done. I actually want to repair my F-104. Get all that stuff done. Putting an AS3XS, so it should be even better. 2350 millimeter, that's a good size plane. That's over 2 meters. That's good. That should be good. What is that going to be, electric, or is that going to be gas? Guys, it's cool to see lots of options. Like I said, I've got a whole bunch of planes sitting here in the hangar. I've got the FMS 1500 that needs to be flown, 1500 P-47 that needs to be flown. I have the 1100 millimeter PC-21 that needs to be flown. I have the little racing planes that need to be flown, the P-39 and the P-51, 1100 millimeter P-51 racer. I also have the air tractor. I have the D-18. Still needs to be flown. I haven't flown it. It's put together. It just hasn't been flown. So still got lots to go. But I'm looking at some stuff that I'd like to get. Just have on hand. I actually am kind of digging the fact that there's building some UMX planes at Horizon. I like the ones that are EPO, not EPS. The EPS ones annoy me. But we've got the that's from another. Look for trainer planes. Yeah, there it is. The stall version. So that actually looks kind of cool. The stall version of the Apprentice, so you could get that plane for $159, and it's made out of EPO, which is cool. Let me double check that and make sure. A plane like that in EPO is a good thing because it'll just bounce. Issues with so yeah, it says lightweight, extremely durable EPO. So that's definitely one worth having just to throw in the back of the car, or if you're taking a trip or going somewhere, a plane to have with you. That and the Ultrix are perfect for that sort of thing. I'm not comparing a foaming to a gasser. I know that the see what the one from Motion sells for. They're all going to fly good, and then we're going to get going. But let's see here. I'm going to take a look at the Motion, the Black Horse. It looks kind of goofy. And that paint scheme. I think that's an old VQ, isn't the Black Horse? Did VQ take over, or was no, VQ was the other brand. That's a big plane. 10S. Oh wow. Okay. 2410 or 2512. Wow. Or 40 to 60 cc gas. Okay. It's expensive though. Sheesh. $1,700. Good lord. But if it's anything like it looks like it would fly good. That covering looks a little wonkalicious, but could be a very cool plane. That's a good plane. That looks cool. That's big. That's very big. That would be awesome for FPV. Anyway, enough of the rambling. And yeah, I know he was. But they're good planes. It's so they're crappy sticky covering. Oh yeah, Nexa. Okay, that's who it was. I've seen some of the Nexa planes which were VQ. So yeah, but anyway, starting to ramble, starting to get tired, so I'm gonna get going. But thanks to all of you that were here for the unboxing of the plane, and I have more videos to upload from various different times from my flying last weekend, as well as some stuff further back. Hopefully I'll get to fly next weekend, but I've got some honeydews to take care of for my wife with her job and some lighting stuff, and then some more stuff for me. But thanks to all y'all for being here. I'm going to leave the chat up for a little bit and get back to my basketball game, but talk to y'all later, and I'll be probably doing another couple lives next week. We'll see. Kenny can't be the only one to do lives multiple times, but I'll get to doing some. I want to do something on this just so you can see this old bird that I've had forever. It's got brand new servos in it, brand new fan in it. Just needs to be upgraded yet again. So we'll see. And I'll probably just fly it as it is right now, but with the new nozzles. Get rid of all that stuff. But these nozzles are considerably smaller than the stock ones, which will help with efflux and all that goodness. But anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for the support, and keep your eyes open. I'm going to do a sale, customer appreciation / Black Friday sale. So talk to y'all later.